Basketball games, First Coast Classic. Presbyterian, the first opponent for North Florida. 7-7 as the Ospreys go to the bench for the first time. There's Trent Coleman as number 4. He'll see about 12 to 16 minutes of action for North Florida. It'll be Ospreys ball after the media timeout. And Kobe Stewart onto the floor as well, and Crosby James for Presbyterian. We'll see some bench action here, knotted up at sevens. Oscar Berry's still on the floor. Moss. Chaz Lanier looking for Berry. He'll drive baseline. And the foul will be on the blue hose. So that'll come on Jamahri Harvey, his first.
That was a good drive. You can tell they're really trying to get Chaz Lanier involved in the game after missing his first 2 baskets. He starts getting stuff going to the rim. Maybe get to the free throw line. That would be some of the easiest way for him to get into the flow of the game in the offensive end.
As Berry matched up against James. Vander Heiden, corner 3, lips off the rim. Pulled down by the blue hose, and they're off and racing.
Yeah, they really try to play fast and use the speed and tempo to their advantage.
Pierce, and he got all ball it looked like, but it goes off of Vander Heiden. Good work there from the 6'8" senior. As Ja Enzi enters for the first time tonight, checking in for Oscar Berry. Inbounds underneath. Harvey will go to James. Enzi on him. High floater, nothing there. Enzi, the Oviedo native. A little over 2 hours away, give or take, depending on how fast you go. Chaz Lanier, wing 3, it'll be off the mark. Good bounce pass, Jonah Pierce. Oh, and rolls him up, does Vander Heiden.
Yeah, nothing easy down there. That's 2 in a row now for Vander Heiden, playing tough.
Looking really sharp. Enzi will take a dribble, pop the 3. Just wide right.
I really like Enzi's game, though. Really impressive young player.
Drive, tried to kiss the glass, does Teal. Lanier gets back. Really considered the 3. If he was hot, I think he takes it.
Yeah. His next one needs to be something open that he can step into.
Moss, lefty floater, but he gets hit on the arm. And it'll be a couple of shots for Amitri Moss. He has been really fun to watch. 10 points in each of his first 2 games.
And he makes everything go. He's lightning quick, makes everything go. Gets into space, get guys open.
14 of 16 entering the game on free throw attempts. In comes Corey Mincy, the freshman guard. Put up 5 points the other night in the last game. 11 minutes of work. Gets them both, does Moss. And the Ospreys will keep using the bench as Jalen Smith, the freshman from Ocoee, comes in. So the Ospreys take the lead off a couple of free throws. Mincy will handle the ball. Pierce. Looking downhill. Got to watch out for Harvey. He can slash. He'll step back and take the 3, front of the rim.
Yeah, both offenses just looking a little bit of a step behind both teams' defenses right now. A little bit of a scoring drought on both ends.
There's the Ospreys wing 3. It's kind of deep there from Jalen Smith. So he'll go one more pass. And the 3 from the lefty, and Kobe Stewart. Stewart, his 89th career game at Presbyterian. Here's Trent Coleman. He'll try and answer with the 3.
There's too many quick shots on the offensive end for the Ospreys of guys who They've been in the game for about 90 seconds.
Here's Pierce. Decides not to take it. James. Go to Mincy baseline. Poked away by Jaenzi. Looks up ahead. May take it himself. Sidesteps. Tries to go with the lay-in. Doesn't have enough.
He's stronger than that. You got to be able to finish that one.
And the foul going the other way as Harvey is looking for contact.
Well, so far both teams up and down really quick. Just the quality of the buckets and the shots are not there yet.
Presbyterian 4 for 11. Ospreys 2 for 11. As Harvey already with an endless motor, it seems like.
Yeah.
I wish my car had that much giddy up.
You don't get tired at that age.
This is true. This is true. And Harvey knocks both in. And he'll get a well-deserved breather, bringing that energy for the Blue Hose. Our first look as Carl Parrish comes in, the freshman from Miami. Smith for the Ospreys, so plays him the point now with Moss getting a breather. Bounce pass to Dorian. James just too far up ahead on the pass from Enzi. Knew he had a bucket there, did Ja Enzi. As a march it up with Mincy. Oscar Berry at the scorer's table. Blue Hose. Good head fake by Mincy through the hands of Pierce.
Presbyterian's really doing a good job of being able to attack the basket. It's just Ospreys are collapsing down, hands, and it's really been difficult for them to finish any balls at the basket.
Ospreys only 1 of 8 from deep. Here's Jalen Smith driving, kicks to the corner. Oscar Berry, second three of the night, knocks it up at 12. Great drive there by Jalen Smith. Looking like an upperclassman with that vision. Pierce. Mincy, poked away by Jaenzi. Very active. That'll be a long two and sunk there by Mincy. That's a pretty shot there from number 4. A couple of freshman guards matched up. Coleman. Look downhill to give to Berry. James was looking in the paint. Now Berry. Under 10 to shoot. And knocked away. That's some good defense as it's deflected by Stewart. And we'll take a media timeout here. 11-10 to play in the first half. Blue Hose, they lead the Ospreys 14-12. There's the look as Smith finds Berry and takes us into our timeout.
We've got this.
The Ospreys facing Presbyterian College, day 1 of the First Coast Classic. It's the Blue Hose 3-0 thus far this season, lone undefeated team in the Big South. As thus far we've seen 3 ties and a couple lead changes. What have you seen the most, Parker Smith, through 9 minutes?
Just see a couple offenses that are trying to feel each other out. Right now, I'd give the favor to both defenses. But game's been quick. Game's been up-tempo. Both teams have had their fair share of open shots.
Smith.
And, somebody's going to start making some.
Oscar Berry. He gets blocked there by Barnett. Comes off a game in which he had 5 blocks against the Citadel.
Shot clock was running down on that one, but Oscar should have created a little more separation there.
Scott, good defense by Dorian James. As defense continues to be the name of the game. As each team, their high score just 4 points. Kingsbury nearly lost it there. As Reddish Roan back in, Ja Enzi will pop the three and knock it in. Third triple for the Ospreys.
That's really good offense. The Ospreys just need to see a few of them fall in, and it's a little contagious for the team. When a couple guys start knocking a few shots in, then you start to see everybody start making a few. So Presbyterian needs to start putting some points on the board.
High jumper, no good. On a great look by Carl Parrish. Well, you can already see the upside there from that young man. James, a give back to Smith. Has been dynamic. Lost the handle for a second. Able to come back. Defended by Mincy. Hook pass. So go Enzi again. He goes back-to-back threes. Ja Enzi.
That's what you love to see. It's a great pass by Jalen Smith. He's working on the ball screen, and Enzi just being on balance and stepping into it. Knocks down another.
Blue Hose will look to respond as that pass high there from Reddish Roan meant for Scott. Hits our cameraman Brian Ross. Fortunately, he closed the legs quickly enough.
Threw it into the first row back there.
Yeah. Funny enough, I was talking to B. Ross before the game. He saw Presbyterian play basketball back in 2009. They played down in Gainesville against the University of Florida.
They've been around for a long time.
That they have, 1913.
I played in their gym when I was a kid, their basketball team.
Great steal by Teal. He brought the burst in the first 4 minutes and thought maybe it was a tie-up. Instead, it'll be a whistle. And so the foul will be on the Ospreys' Jalen Smith. See this again, Parker, on the replay.
That's I guess a judgment call.
That's some good wording
Looked
by
pretty
you.
Clean to me. Refs, it was happening really fast. Those guys are quick, so ref saw something else. Just play on. It happens. There's no instant replay on every.
No, not at all.
No coaches' challenges.
Samaje Teal. But Teal brings that quickness much like Harvey does.
Little three-quarter pressure there. It's so different now with the shot clock being at 30 seconds. If you can just get a little pressure by the time they get to half court, there's so much less time to get into an offensive set.
Jalen Smith, Dorian James had a look there for a second. Vanderheiden matched up against Barnett. Drive that right shoulder in. And the foul will be on Marquise Barnett, the junior. Barnett just lights out. He's our player to watch tonight. And Barnett telling the official he went straight up. And Kobe Stewart, the senior, will come in for Barnett. Fairly deep team. They return 3 starters, 8 newcomers for Presbyterian. Nice pull down by Chaz Lanier. Working on Stewart. Now needs a teammate. Jalen Smith looking for separation. Chaz Lanier, deep wing. 3 is good. Chaz Lanier. Watch out when he gets hot.
That's great action off the ball screen, fill up, and throw it back to him. And that's what the shot you want to see. Just step into one and knock it down with confidence. Very different from the first 2 he took this evening.
Blue Hose, it'll be Teal. 10 seconds to shoot. Still trying to get Scott involved in the offense efficiently. And he passes it almost all the way back to us, but they're saying a deflection. And so it's going to be Presbyterian ball when we come back. Ospreys up 21-16, under 8 minutes to play, first half. The Ospreys with their largest lead of the night. They're up by 5 on Presbyterian. Fun matchup thus far. It's been a lot of defense, and then Ja Enzi comes in, hits a couple of threes, gets 6 points, all the bench points for the Ospreys. What else have you noticed, Parker?
Oh, I really like Enzi's game. That was shot from across campus.
Yeah, that was
right there.
Way out there. Kobe Stewart. So hopefully he yelled Kobe when he shot it. Chaz Lanier. They look for the pass, and Dorian James gets fouled by Scott.
Yep, once again, Dorian James above the rim. Tell you, he's hard to stop when he can get a clear line to the basket and finish like that. Ospreys went to a little bit of a zone last time, and they got the shot that they wanted.
As James will shoot a pair, and it now seems like Nate Litteris won't play tonight. As that was one of the reasons that Vander Heiden moved into the starting lineup. All those games at Bucknell, his first year as an Osprey.
Yeah, he's been an impressive performer at the start of the season. Like we said, very high three-point shooting percentage. Really good game and really smart player.
As Reddish Roan pounding in against James. Goes up a second time and goes off the hand of Stewart. North Florida basketball. As Coach Driscoll wondering why there wasn't a foul underneath.
Oh, he's got a point. I mean, low in the shoulder, pushing off. I mean, okay with the no call if we're going to let him play like that the whole time, which I haven't seen any offensive fouls much tonight. So
long pass. Lanier being draped by Reddish Roan. He scans the floor. Driving, Dorian James, just too much on it. As Josiah Miles onto the floor for the first time tonight. 3, Presbyterian. Wing, it's off the mark by Stewart. But you've got to like the shot there, the openness. Vander Heiden. Look, Chaz Lanier. Look downhill, telling Moss to cut. James, 10 on the clock. Lanier will drive. Miles in the corner. 3, it lifts up. Teal, he can sprint it back. He's got Scott clearing space against James. Looking around, Reddish Roan. Moss, the defender. They'll go corner. They'll look for the 3 again, and this time it's short. So they still keep trying to get the senior those open threes.
I mean, if you're the coach of the Blue Hose, you love what you see on the offensive end. You just can't make a shot. Can't buy a bucket right now.
Lanier, quick pass. Vander Heiden, corner 3. It's off the mark. Nearly got his own rebound, but there's Harvey. Harvey, stutter step, drive, and short on the lay-in. There's Chaz Lanier. He'll pop that long 3, and that one just doesn't want to go down.
Man, he would love to have had that one.
Kobe Stewart, the drive, swatted by James, second time, and there's Stewart for the putback. Dimitri Moss. Little stutter. He'll go with the floater. Goes off the glass and count the bucket as Dimitri Moss takes the foul. Like the official, too, the hit to the head. That was a fascinating. I wish we could get the replay of the official.
Yeah, very animated right there. But, hey, everybody in the building knows what he called.
As we're checking on the time, and it'll be a shot for Moss. And let's head to our sideline reporter, Madison Little. Madison.
Yeah, Richard, Dimitri Moss coming from playing at the JUCO level, now playing D1 for the first time in his career. And you guys called him a point guard earlier, but Coach actually calls him the lead guard, and that means he's beyond just that point guard. He leads the Ospreys in everything he does, and we'll be calling his name a lot this season, Richard. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Madison Little, working sidelines. So 3-point play there gives the Ospreys a lead of 7. Quick passing. Teal looking to drive. Crazy circus pass. He gets knocked down. Miles ends up with it. Lanier, one more. Coleman. And Moss gets stripped, but enough of the arm, too.
Good transition basketball by the Ospreys there. They had a lot of opportunities to get a shot and ended up driving into the lane. And now you see Moss getting ready to shoot, too. But both teams pretty much, it's been a lot of transition basketball here so far, just up and downs because there's been a lot of missed shots, so a lot of opportunities for both sides to get out and run.
The southpaw drains it as neither team shooting over 35% from the field. Mincy's back on, and same goes for the senior guard and Crosby James. So the Ospreys, if you let them, they can feast at the free throw line. They've got plenty of drivers this year. Under 5 to play first half. There's Reddish Roan trying to back down Chaz Lanier. They'll go with the fadeaway high glass. Off the mark. Moss with the rebound. Moss will start to take his time now. Use Vanderheiden. Miles. Trent Coleman. Harvey's slipped a couple of times. I think it may be the sneakers. Vanderheiden, 3, and that one down and out.
They're getting some really nice looks here on the offensive end. If a couple of these go, they can really extend the lead.
This is James. Now Harvey. So run their set. Chaz Lanier, the defender. Step back, and he'll knock in the 2, does Harvey.
It was a nice move. A little step back behind the back, created separation, got space, and it's good to see the Blue Hose get back on the scoreboard there because it was the game was starting to slip away from them.
Harvey leads his team with 6. Moss, another floater. Oh, Dimitri Moss. And he leads the Ospreys in scoring. That gives him 9.
He's so tough when he's driving to his left. Really good balance. Nice score going to the left.
Reddish Roan goes up. That one, count the bucket. That's a big-time answer from number 23. And that'll take us into our media timeout. Huge answer there from Trayvon Reddish Roan, averaging 5 points a game. He'll come on back, look to finish off the 3-point play. Ospreys up by 7 in the First Coast Classic.
And discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
As we're back to action, as 3:12 to play in the first half, as the Ospreys getting to the free throw line, but Presbyterian answers with Trayvon Reddish Roan. Gets his first bucket of the night. Kobe Stewart having a good evening. 5 points and 5 rebounds coming off the bench for the senior. And then Dimitri Moss for the Ospreys. He's got a team-high 9 points, and he's drawn 4 fouls, Parker.
Yeah, he's been getting into the paint and making plays, so credit to him. He's been a big difference maker so far in this first half.
Jai Enzi back on the floor. Moss. He'll drive baseline. Pass to the corner. Jai Enzi. Oh, that one was close again. What is that, 4 or 5 that have been near misses?
Yeah, from him and Vanderheiden and a couple others that really could have, they're almost like 50-50 balls. They could have gone in.
There's Pierce. Throws in the spin move and close. No whistle, and he gets his putback.
Yeah, good strong move. They haven't had much success scoring right around the basket, but you like to see a couple of them fall, and they're fighting hard down there.
They tried to get that going with Caleb Scott for much of the first 4 minutes. There's Moss to Barry. Barry looked to drive it. Vanderhyde, 3. Vanderhyde!
Yep. After 2 in and outs, you see one go right down the bottom, nothing but net. And, good offense from him. That's what you love to see. Guys just continue to shoot, and they continue to shoot good shots.
And like you said earlier, try and make it contagious. Stewart back out to James. Reddish Roan high arcing, and he gets fouled. It'll be on NZ getting his elbow.
Yeah, I think he could have caught a foul on the floor off the dribble drive. The coach is arguing, he's been pleading his case for his guys. There's been some banging down there. There's been some banging going on.
As Coach Quentin Farrell has an argument the last 5 minutes or so. And Reddish Roan back to the line. So he's been getting the calls lately. And for him tonight, big numbers too. This is his 88th start at Presbyterian.
Be curious to know if anybody has more than that.
Currently?
That's about 3 years. Not currently, just.
Oh, overall? I don't know. I'll have to check our SID stat guy for Presbyterian.
Stats.
Yeah, Brent Stastny doing a great work with the game notes. We always appreciate that. NZ was able to get it up for Jalen Smith. Lanier. Dorian James. Jalen Smith. Good ball fake. He'll take the step back. Nearly took it. Instead, Oscar Berry. Smith thought about the long 3. Dribble drive. Gets it off to Dorian James. It'll still be Osprey's ball.
1.6 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, you can't do much in that amount of time.
He's going to throw it right to the basket. Little lob.
Smith, as we almost have a rugby scrum, as this will be James. He lands, got to get the shot off, and somehow does. And a foul will be...
Silly foul on NZ right there.
That's his 3rd. That's a big whistle right there. As he had been huge, get those 3s off the bench. Reddish Roan with Pierce. They look for Pierce. Coaching staff wants him to get fed, as he had Oscar Berry matched up against him.
Clear mismatch. Just good ball pressure and couldn't really make a pass into him.
Crosby James should have had that. And this is Pierce. And Moss will come in for Ja Enzi. So Enzi, 4 personal fouls in the first half.
Already 4.
Yeah,
wow.
That was his 4th.
That's a silly foul to get you 4th.
Well, he got 2 in the span of,
They got 2 right here.
Yeah.
1 on the rebound and then 1 right there. And God, you hate to see that, because now he's got to sit probably to the under 12-minute media in the second half.
Pierce makes the first. Had a strong game against Vanderbilt with 9 points and 7 rebounds. Second one rattles out. That's been kind of a theme in this first half.
I think the ball's got a little air in it.
Moss trying to get away from James. Fades back, kiss off the glass, and there's a Mitri Moss.
Yeah, That was a nice move. That was to the right that time. Finished with the left. Off the glass. It was really pretty move.
And the Blue Hose are going to take a timeout. It'll be a 30-second with 29.9 seconds to play until halftime. The Ospreys in the first half, 6 of 19 from downtown. Presbyterian shooting 33.3% from the field, and the Ospreys 35.7%. As it's Stewart, Harvey, Pierce, Reddish-Roan, and James, a 5 for Presbyterian. Here's Stewart. Had a really good stretch for them earlier in this half. As Pierce, he'll be defended by James.
Just going to be an ISO up top.
Against Chaz Lanier.
Yep.
Now with 8 to shoot. And a foul is going to be called on Oscar Berry with the push.
It's 1-on-1 now.
And Jake Vanderheiden is back in. And Reddish-Roan just get back to the free throw line again. He's been a bruiser in these last few minutes. So we're trying to get Corey Mincy in. And they'll get him in now. So he'll come in for Pierce, so they go a little bit smaller lineup.
Surprisingly enough, Reddish-Roan in his career from the free throw line, 56%. So it might not have been that terrible of a foul. If he can go 1 for 2, the Ospreys get the ball with the chance with the last shot.
As he's 3 for 5 there tonight. Here's Moss. About 10 seconds to go. This will be Vanderheiden. Step back 3. Vanderheiden, that one lips off the rim as he's had 2 or 3 close ones tonight. Ospreys are up by 6 at halftime, as we'll be joined by Coach Bobby Cannon. Madison Little, take it away. The Ospreys look for their 3rd win, and the Blue Hose looking to go 4-0 on this young season. Ospreys, remember, they started 2-0 for the first time since the 15-16 season that ended with a game here in the NIT against the Florida Gators. Plus, for the Ospreys, it'd be a nice bounce back after a tough loss against South Carolina State.
And that was a hard-fought game on the road for them. So to be back at home and playing against a good team that already beat a good Vanderbilt team this year, so be a good win for the Ospreys to propel themselves going forward in this tournament.
And this Blue Hose team, they're going to frustrate you. They're best in the Big South when it comes to holding you to field goal percentage and three-point percentage. Chaz Lanier in the paint. He gets fouled. Goes down. He'll get helped up. Foul will be on Reddish-Roan. As there's a look again from Chaz Lanier. Chaz in the first half, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. His first time at the stripe tonight for Chaz Lanier. Has started the game 1 for 5 from downtown. Knocks in both free throws for North Florida. So the Ospreys strike first. Both teams for the game shooting over 70% at the charity stripe. Knocked around. A lot of confusion there as it was meant for Teal. This is Harvey. Scott calling for the game. His coach is telling him to post up. He's got Moss defending him. Long 3 by Harvey, and he drains it.
That's a big-time shot. That's what they need to see, some baskets going in. I feel like they haven't really had any good looks on the outside in the last couple minutes. And they get some stuff like that, and they'll eventually, be right here back in this ball game.
Dorian James, a miss. Good defense from Scott. Harvey is a team-high 9 points. Reddish Roan working on Lanier. We saw that pounding coming in the first half, and there's Scott, who finally gets the ball again.
Yeah, Reddish Roan, when he gets the ball down there, he's just so calm, very good passer, creates space.
And this one's stolen by Barnett. Goes a distance, and the one-handed jam by our impact player, Marquise Barnett.
And that's the first transition live ball turnover that the Ospreys have had that have led to easy baskets.
Oscar Berry, corner 3, had a look as Harvey came over late. For Teal, watch out, he can slash. Here's Barnett, goes up against Berry, and Marquise Barnett draws a foul.
Yeah, the Blue Hose have a little life here, getting a little momentum and confidence as they've just come out of the break and they're just attacking the basket and defending hard, trying to keep the ball out of the middle.
Scoring 7 of the first 9 points, and definitely some new life for them out of the locker room. So we'll see that dunk again from Barnett. So he gets way up there. 20 points against the Citadel. Almost hits his head on the backboard.
Yeah, he got up there, huh? Got some hops. And now the Presbyterian have taken their first lead in quite a while.
There's Moss. He's been the star for the Ospreys through 20-plus minutes. And back to Moss. Crossover in the lanes. Huff. Here's Berry. Corner. Vanderheiden. 3. And it's short. Reddish Roan will go to Teal. Teal driving baseline, and it gets tripped up. So the foul will be on Oscar Berry. And for Berry, that's his 3rd personal. Remember, too, Ja Enzi has 4, so we're not going to see him for at least probably another 5 minutes.
Yeah, just 2 sloppy fouls there by Berry.
Caleb Scott, hand off to Teal. And that's a kick ball inside the left shin of Dorian James. So a good start for Quentin Farrell and his Blue Hose squad. There's Matthew Driscoll. Here's a 3. Blue Hose on the wing and drains it. Is Samaje Teal. So Teal's got 8, as Presbyterians had 8 different scores tonight. Moss slashing, goes right hand for the lefty, falls off the rim. It'll be pulled down. It's Barnett. He's off to the races. Barnett goes up. He'll look to tip it, and it goes off his hand. Had a couple of opportunities.
Well, there's a lot of life over here on the bench. So 12-2 run to start the half, and they've just been setting good screens, moving the ball well, getting good shots, attacking the rim, finishing at the rim. The Ospreys need a basket here to answer.
James working on Scott, spins to his left, and that's a nice move.
That's a really good move by Mr. James. It's hard to guard, spin back and go back to his left. He doesn't like to do it, but really nice finish and good balance, too.
7 points for Dorian James. Reddish Roan, and that's a slap to the face, it looked like, of Amitri Moss, maybe inadvertent there by Reddish Roan. Have to see that again. Tough from our vantage point. So Moss brings it up. Good start to the second half for Teal defending him. Berry. Vanderheiden was clearing some real estate.
Yeah, he was open. He's working hard in there. He's got to throw it right to his face.
Chaz Lanier. He'll drive it on Barnett. That's a good matchup right there. Got to get a shot off. And blocked there by Barnett. Shot clock violation. And so Barnett, 2 blocks tonight, 5 in his last game. And the Blue Hose come out of halftime rocking and rolling. They lead the Ospreys by 2. We'll take a timeout, second half from Jacksonville. In this second half, a lot of energy as the Blue Hose 4 of 5 shooting. For the Ospreys are 1 of 6. And out rebounding the Ospreys 4-1. Parker, anything else I missed?
No, just Ospreys are just a little flat. They come out here a little flat, and Presbyterian has taken advantage. They've pushed the ball. They've gotten stops. They've gotten easy baskets, gotten out and ran. And, you know, the Ospreys they just started flat to the second half, and they got to do something to pick it up.
Here's Teal. He's been a major spark plug to begin this half. Front of the rim, gets his own miss. It's ripped away by James. It'll be jump ball, but the possession arrow is for Presbyterian. Come with a lot of energy. This will be inbounds by Teal. Looking for somebody, anybody. It's Harvey. Harvey looking to drive. Finds a teammate. It's Barnett. Barnett driving. Tough shot there as he was swarmed by Ospreys.
Yeah, he's being a lot more aggressive this half to the basket than he was in the first half.
Dorian James, Vanderheiden. Kick over, but Barnett with the high hands. Moss somehow gets it back. Vanderheiden drives a baseline for Jake Vanderheiden.
Really nice move to the baseline by the big man, and nice finish right over the middle of the rim.
Teal marches it up. Reddish Roan, you can tell the Presbyterian a lot more confident.
Yeah, just playing with a lot more decisiveness on the offensive end here. Everybody seems to be on the same page.
Step back by Harvey. And Jamahri Harvey tickles the twine, barely even gets the net.
That's a hard move to stop. It's going to be a long night for the Ospreys if the Presbyterian's hitting those.
Reddish Roan gets a steal off Lanier. Goes the other way and coast to coast for Reddish Roan.
Yeah, we got ourselves a ball game here.
Amitri Moss. He'll go underneath for Barry. James top of the key. Chaz Lanier. Hesitation, goes to the left hand. James got it there for a second. The last touch by Pierce. So Giants, he comes in with 13:50 to play. And Amitri Moss, little hobble there. Not sure if he came down awkwardly or what.
I think he got bumped in the quad there on his baseline drive before he kicked it around the perimeter.
Trent Coleman in. Here's Coleman. And a foul before he got the ball. It'll be on Trayvon Reddish Roan.
Good post up by Chaz Lanier. Really demanding the ball down there, which is what you want to see from one of your better players.
Reddish Roan, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He'll sit with 3 fouls, but then you bring back in Kobe Stewart, who had some flashy plays in the first half.
Yeah, really good player. Presbyterian's got some players on the team. They wouldn't be 3-0, wouldn't have a win at Vanderbilt. Now they're playing like it.
Chaz Lanier, he'll get his no on a second chance opportunity. That thing just hung there. Marquise Barnett thought he got held for a second by Jalen Smith. And the foul will be on the freshman Jalen Smith. As even Barnett kind of arguing that he got tangled up there early.
Yeah, playing with a lot of passion right now. You know, it was really hard to notice him in the first half, honestly. And in the second half, he's just been really aggressive with the rock and getting to the basket and really trying to get fouled every time he has the ball right now.
There's 18 second half points by the Blue Hose. They had 28 points in the first half. Smith. He'll get it back. Look for Trent Coleman. Lost a handle there. And now it's Stewart. Stewart to Barnett. Off to the races. Harvey pondered the three. Instead, mid-range jumper. And Harvey now putting on a shooting clinic.
It's just turnovers for the Ospreys leading to transition, and Presbyterian really being aggressive to the basket in transition.
Nothing held back. All for the love of soccer.
Back to action. The Ospreys will have possession here. They've been outscored 20-6 by Presbyterian. Parker in the second half. Ja Enzi, corner three. Vander Heiden underneath, offensive rebound. He'll get another chance. Corner three. Vander Heiden! Another triple, and that's a huge bucket.
That's huge. Good things happen when you get offensive rebounds. I'm telling you. Big basket there by Vander Heiden.
11 points now. Another answer. As, do I even need to say his name? The clinic has been fun to watch. 16 for Harvey.
Yeah, he's been really impressive the first 8 minutes of the second half, making everything.
And we saw it early from Teal and Harvey in the first half. Just that energy that they brought. This is Kobe Stewart. Oh, goes with the right hand on the left side.
Ospreys went to a little bit of a zone there, but tough matchup there at the high post. Kobe Stewart making a great play.
Jalen Smith. Pierce comes over to help. Vander Heiden. He'll feed Dorian James. This one against Pierce. Back to the basket. Kept that foot somehow, and James with the left hand.
He's gotten so much better, just becoming a one-on-one scorer down there in his tenure here at UNF, because he's really matured a lot, been able to make some plays where he knows he can go to his strength.
He's got 9. Stewart wide open, doesn't go down, got it from Barnett. A second chance is no good, and man, Parker, I think we've seen that about 8 times on chances and then a second chance, and nothing goes home.
Yeah.
Jalen
Osprey's
Smith.
very fortunate. Not a good look there, but a little too quick in the shot clock there.
Tries to get back. Pierce gets the jump ball. And a missed opportunity there from the Blue Hose. Here's Smith. He slips. Enzi working on Pierce. Goes underneath and too strong. As it's been a physical battle. Teal to Pierce. Pierce. Oh, there's a nice move. As a finish by Jonah Pierce. Presbyterian will have 3 guys come off the bench at the next dead ball. Vander Heiden. Bounce pass for Chaz Lanier. Vander Heiden on the wing.
Yeah. Vander Heiden's been the only one in the second half that hasn't gotten a clean look. Presbyterian's done a really good job of just, it's just been effort and hustle. They've been just defending the three-point line and getting all over the place. And the Ospreys back in the 2-3 zone a little bit here to slow down the pace of the game.
Teal will go to Pierce. Bounce pass for Barnett. He waits for everybody to jump, and Pierce with the follow-through.
Yep.
And the Ospreys are going to call a timeout with 9:29 to play in the second half. And
UNF down down 12 to Presbyterian College, and head coach Driscoll reminding his team to do their job. And guys, that's how he runs his team. He told me he compares his team to a startup business. They have a set target goal, a set target plan, and everybody has a role. He says it's like a farm. Everybody has to do their job to bear the fruit. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Madison. Little work in the sidelines. Ospreys possession out of that last time out. Jai Enzi, remember, he's been in foul trouble, drives hard to the rim, falls off, a rebound for Scott.
That's something that you got to finish right there. I mean, it doesn't get much easier for you.
One more pass, Barnett gets Vander Heiden in the air. They'll go Reddish Roan. 15 to shoot, plenty of time, and stripped there is Caleb Scott. Here come the Ospreys, it's Jalen Smith. Jai Enzi, wide open three, and he hits that for Jai Enzi.
That was good defense, got the steal, push it in transition, and then Enzi with a nice, just trail three right there. That's what they need. They need to get some shots, and the Ospreys haven't got out in transition at all in the second half because the offense from Presbyterian this half has been so good.
As there's the left hand, Reddish Roan. I mean, we have had maybe 24 of those tonight.
So many layups and so many little shots around the basket that just, one too many bounces around the rim, not going in.
Oscar Berry, it's Vander Heiden. It's short there, knocked around and last touched by number 32, who gets his first start as an Osprey. Moss comes in for Smith, and Dorian James in for Jake Vander Heiden. As our last box scored, did you see that? 29 points by Presbyterian in the second half. They had 28 in the first.
They still got 8 minutes left. Pretty good. It's been a completely change of pace and much better offensive efficiency here from the Presbyterian in the second half.
Teal goes to Barnett. Had a chance at a three and thrown out of bounds. Well caught in the court side seats. And we'll take another official timeout right here. So a 9-point lead for Caleb Scott and his Blue Hose. We'll take a break, 7:49 to play here in Jacksonville for the First Coast Classic. Under 8 minutes to play. As the Blue Hose have outscored the Ospreys 29-14 in the second half. And Parker, you were pointing out some of the field goal percentages that really jump out at you.
Yeah, I mean, the Presbyterian just getting much better shots in the second half. They're playing faster, their efficiency. They're shooting 58% from the field right now. And then defensively, they're holding the Ospreys to just 24%. So that's been quite the leap leading to this run here that they've been on.
This three on a decent look from Dorian James. Pierce got fed, and then the dangerous throw. He was looking for Barnett. Moss, who's kind of been quiet this second half, drives, able to get it after the block. Corner three, too much by Chaz Lanier.
Yeah, the Ospreys just need to hit, when you're a three-point shooting team like they are, this is technically 9-point game is a three-possession game for them. So they just need to get a couple good looks and see a couple fall, but they got to continue to get stops. Presbyterian has not allowed them to get many stops in the second half.
And Oscar Berry, that's going to be foul number 4 on him.
So him and Enzi now with 4 makes it more difficult for Coach Driscoll to navigate through this comeback here.
Reddish Roan against Lanier. Pounds his way inside for a bucket.
That was good by Roan. Just Lanier let him get too deep, and then nothing he could have done there. Just have to wall up and hope for a miss.
Lanier, hook pass to Berry, goes baseline. Lanier gets it taken away by Reddish Roan. Pierce, this will be Teal. Teal lays it in. And that energy still going for Presbyterian.
Yep, they look like a different team.
And Moss gets blocked by Jonah Pierce. Other way, it'll be Harvey. High rebound is Barnett, and a sea of Ospreys.
Yeah, now push the lead out to 15, and the biggest, just a couple missed shots, long turnovers, and easy looks for Presbyterians led to this big lead now. They've extended it out to 15.
They've scored 6 straight since our last time out. And this will bring in Kobe Stewart. And 2 shots for Enzi. .605 to play. And the Blue Hose up by 13. Osprey's starting to press. And they'll back up. With Teal. Reddish Roan. Underneath, and there's Reddish Roan again to stretch it to 15.
Yep. They're getting a lot of the same looks now that they got in the first half. They're just falling, and they're finishing through the contact, just like the coach said at halftime. You know, they needed to finish through the contact.
Dimitri Moss, Enzi, the wing 3. Good look. James got it knocked away. And they'll slow down the pace some and run an offensive set here. About 5 minutes to go. Well, Presbyterian really showing why they are 3-0 to start the season.
Yeah, really balanced and really talented team. Now playing with a lot of energy in the, you know, it's very, very difficult to stop in the second half when they're shooting almost 60%.
This is Teal. Teal steps around Barry, and it falls in. And they're going to look at it over the DB Sport replay, but Parker, I'd say that was good.
It's very close. I mean, does the ruling, you know, if there's no clear evidence, I guess they keep the ruling on the court, like football?
Yeah, they're going to look at it on the replay. And, yeah, still in his hand before he took liftoff with it. Nice work by Bryson here as they put him to work. So 15-point lead stays right there. Vanderheiden, hand off to Moss. Moss will drive on Stewart. Moss, acrobatic shot there.
Great finish. Really nice, hard. That's not an easy shot to make either, so really great finish. Now the Ospreys are just going to have to D up and get some stops here so they can get out in transition and get back into the game.
Teal. He'll look to drive, stutter step. Keeps that pivot, goes off the glass, and there's the Majay Teal. He has brought so much energy in this second half.
Come on, Jonah!
Moss again tries to go back-to-back with circus shots, and James cleans it up. And Moss coming down, and he looks pretty banged up right there as Coach Fred will take a look at him. Under 4 minutes to play. We'll take our final media as Presbyterian leads by 13. We'll be right back. 3:51 to play as the Blue Hose. They have 3 players in double-figure scoring, and they've been led by Harvey. I mean, it's been one field goal after the next for Jamahri Harvey, the junior guard. He's been playing lights out. As there's Marquise Barnett. He was our player to watch. He's been very good, too. 8 points, as they've been able to distribute the scoring pretty evenly.
Yeah, they've been hard to stop, especially in the second half. A lot of talented players out there with Teal, Harvey, Barnett, and Roan. They've really played well.
Barnett rubs that left shin area. He may have gotten knocked by a sneaker. He'll have the inbounds. Teal also a strong game, 12 points on 4 of 7 shooting. James will foul Reddish Roan.
I think that's pretty smart. We talked earlier. He is 2 for 2 tonight, but Reddish Roan is career 56% free throw shooter. And obviously the coaching staff, the Ospreys would know that. They got guys that they want to foul in these situations to try to get the ball back quickly.
Teal matched up. It's Jalen Smith. Now milk that clock too, as Teal gets knocked down. And Smith will help him up. So Jalen Smith with the push. And it was something, too, that Quentin Farrell pointed out when he was interviewed at halftime by Madison Little, that the Ospreys are a couple of chances for them to make it double digits. It's maybe a different story if that happens in the first half.
Yeah, you never know, like, momentum and stuff, how that works. You know, they up by 8 with a chance to make it 10. Presbyterian didn't get a good look there before the half, and luckily they were able to find a way to go into halftime only down 6, and now we've seen how they played in the second half. And it's been night and day difference between these two teams.
Missed by Teal. It works to the Ospreys' advantage. Enzi. Enzi looking for Chaz Lanier. He's been held in check with 5 points. And there's Dorian James with the and one. Let's take another look at it as James working on Pierce. It gives him 13 for the night. Ospreys bring in Josiah Miles again. Second time entering. And James, that'll give him a team high 14, one of 4 Ospreys in double figures. Teal, the Ospreys, the press. Here's Harvey. Right now he's the player of the game. Harvey taking his time. Cool, calm, and collected. Now Barnett. And he'll get fouled by Miles. As Reddish Roan tells his team to gather up. And Enzi's going to come in for Miles, so some quick work, and Pierce comes out with Stewart back in. A 1-and-1 for Pierce. He's got to give him credit, too, as he's put up 7 points, now 8 with 6 rebounds.
He's been a big contributor in the second half.
So gives him 2 more. Smith will push it. Ospreys need points. This is Dorian James. 3 for the Ospreys. It lips out by Chaz Lanier. And the foul, it'll be on the Ospreys, Vanderheiden.
This Ospreys are now 2 for 11 from 3 in the second half.
I mean, what changed for them? Was there a difference?
I think Presbyterian's actually done a better job of defending the three-point line. I mean, majority of the three-point shots have been from that left corner. And they just haven't fallen. And then Presbyterian's done a much better job of defending the 3.
Well, they are an aggressive team. They've been allowing teams entering this game 33.5% on field goal percentage. And then from shots from deep, it's been 21.3%. Both are best for Big South teams.
Yeah, I mean, they're holding the Ospreys to 23% shooting in the second half. I mean, they're a talented team. They all defend well. And they've been causing lots of problems for the Ospreys here.
Smith. It's be Enzi trying to get away from Teal. Puts it up, and there's Enzi. So Enzi, that gives him 13. As Teal trying to get away. Blue Hose coaching staff wanted a foul early. And another bucket inside as they've been feasting down low. 2 minutes to play. Smith went for the step back three. And Teal will take as much time as necessary until he finds a little bit of a lane. This one taken away by Lanier. As James, handoff for Chaz Lanier, and he gets the three. And the Ospreys will take a timeout. As they trailed by 11. And you can see now the Blue Hose are pretty tired, but I tell you, by 6 points at halftime, 34-28. Minute 35 to play. The Ospreys will have on the floor, it'll be James, Smith, Miles, will go Vander Heiden, and Chaz Lanier. The Ospreys without Nate Litteris tonight, held out, and usually he's been a starter for the Ospreys. And it looks like Enzi and Barry will come back on when there's a chance. Teal at the free throw line. I tell you, too, one of the guys who started to bring that energy, and I think it just kind of continued to carry throughout his teammates, was Kobe Stewart, the senior. We saw late in that first half where he started to step up, make some good plays, had about 5 straight points by himself, but he's had a good evening that really jump-started the energy.
Yeah, he really did finish the first half strong.
And the foul for Ja Enzi. So counted, as he's had some big baskets tonight as Ja. See it one more time, looking for the 4-point play. And we'll take a look at it too, just to confirm where his feet were.
He's going to be a good player. I really like watching Enzi play. Really strong, smart, attacks the basket, shoots it well, defends well.
Yeah, and you could see that in his 18 games last year, but I think even now for these 4, that I mean, it's like he's not scared to do anything.
No. Second year, more comfortable, more confidence. Yeah, looking forward to watching him play this year. It's going to be a big-time contributor for the team.
Enzi with another point. And he has been outstanding. As he ties his career high with 17. And a timeout taken by the Blue Hose. It'll be a 30-second. The Ospreys trailing by 9. I mean, Harvey shot well. He hasn't really been to the free throw line a lot tonight. And same with Barnett. Those 3, they've combined for just 1 miss at the free throw line. Stewart. Go to Harvey as he gets trapped.
They had a good trap. I don't know if they're trying to foul that fast. Maybe they are. Maybe they got... Usually you got 1 or 2 guys when they catch the ball, you know you're fouling them right away. Everybody else you want to trap, make them give it up to somebody that you want to foul. And, I don't think Harvey's the guy you want to send to the line.
Harvey now 3 for 3 there tonight. As a switch out of Miles and James for Barry and Enzi. Harvey now is 17, 18 that'll time with his teammate Teal. Jalen Smith. Vanderhyde, long three, it'll be short. Lanier tried to save it. It goes right to Barnett, and Barnett will get fouled. Is our impact player. Gets 10 points, kind of quiet. 6 of those have been at the free throw line.
Yeah, but he made some defensive plays, and he's one of the guys that came in here in the second half with a lot of energy, attacked the basket, had the transition dunk, and that's really what put him on that 12-2 run to open the half. And I mean, that's basically where we stand right now. So he was a big factor in that run.
And still, 2 blocks in the first half that were super impressive. So he gets the first one there. 7 of his 11 have come at the free throw line. Now it's Barry. Barry to Chaz Lanier. Went for the head fake. 3 in contention as Kobe Stewart was right there. Still a 9-point game. Jalen Smith. And the foul as he gives a bear hug to Harvey. As I think they're going to check on the shot, whether it was a 3 or not, earlier from Chaz Lanier.
I thought it was pretty clear 3. I've been wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong in the one.
On the layup.
Yeah, the layup. I was so
thought
wrong.
that he didn't make it. I thought he didn't make the layup in the half, but I had my doubts because everybody else was so sure that he did.
So they check it real quick there, as it was a 3 from Chaz Lanier. And Harvey keeps putting up numbers at the free throw line. He's got 19. Presbyterian team that opened the year with the 6-point win over Vanderbilt. Chaz Lanier, Ja Enzi. 3 is just short. Pulled down by Harvey and fouled, and that'll do it for Oscar Berry's night. That'll be his 5th. As that 2 was a little tough for the Ospreys. Both Berry and Enzi getting in foul trouble in that first half.
Your second guard there made it difficult. Enzi picked up 2 or 3 fouls in a row there in the first half. A little silly. But, they just got to move your feet better, get your hands out of there. They'll clean that up as the year goes on. It's still a little early in the year, but you got to be smarter with the fouls, especially in the first half.
Harvey rolls that one in. That one falls off. Jamahri Harvey, the junior. 3 off the mark by Chaz Lanier. And it'll be Osprey's ball. They're saying last touch by Barnett. And they'll come look at it here for DB Sport. As Jamahri Harvey ties his career high. Previously had 21 in a game against Towson. It was back in January of 2021. Put up 13 against Vanderbilt. And so it will be confirmed North Florida basketball. Goes up off of Barnett's foot.
Harvey had 6 points tonight at the half, so most of his work coming in the second half.
Where there was that sequence of maybe 4 or 5 runs where he put together a shooting clinic.
He knocked down 2 or 3 threes in a row, had a couple pull-up jumpers, and then he's gotten to the free throw line the last couple minutes.
Ja Enzi against Barnett. Fadeaway 3. It's going to be blocked there by Marquise Barnett. And shot clock turned off. Teal's going to dribble it. And Presbyterian College comes to Jacksonville, Florida, and wins game 1 of the First Coast Classic for them, as they'll have to turn around and play tomorrow at 4 p.m. as the coaches meet and along the scorers table. And it'll be a 12-point win for the Blue Hose. Parker Smith, what do you take away from tonight?
Well, I think, Presbyterian, tough physical team attacking the basket. And